To make eyes for your bird, you want a really small amount of clay and roll it into a ball. Press it down, and that'll give you a pretty good circle for the eye. If it's too big, pinch some clay off, re-roll it, and press it down again. Remember, anything that gets glued on, you have to make those lines. You need to paint the glue and then wiggle it on. You could also use your needle tool to add a little eyeball, or you could add a little eyelid or eyelashes. Let's make the wings of our bird. So to do that, we're going to make a ball and flatten it down. Flatten it first, and then you can use the roller. You don't want to roll it too thin. So really, this is a good thickness. You can judge it with your pinky. Too thin and it might break off. So this looks pretty good. We want to draw our wing shape, which is going to be like an oval. I think it might be a little small, so I'm going to rub out. So I drew lightly so I could redraw if I made a mistake. So I don't love that. That feels like a good shape. So then I'm going to use my needle tool like a knife, and I'm just going to press down and carve out the clay. And then it's always a good idea to kind of smooth your edges. I want us to play with adding texture. Texture is what something feels like. And with clay, we can actually feel the clay, and so we want to add some real texture. So I have these texture plates that sometimes we use for texture rubbings, but we're going to press the clay on here. Now you don't want to press too hard or the clay will stick. Okay, you could give it a light roll. Peel it off. In order to attach my wings, remember I need to do those lines. Wiggle it on. And then sometimes I use like these tools just to kind of smooth this out so it looks nice. I have one wing, but I need to have two. All right, at this point you can add any extras, like if you want to add some hair at the top, or if you want to add like a bow or a hat. You'll have to use what we've kind of talked about to form those shapes. It's time to show you how to make the feet. Now remember, the feet are not attached with clay, they're attached with a pipe cleaner later. So we're going to make the feet separate from the body. So the first thing you want to do is make a coil and cut it to the size we want. Now you want to leave room for the toes and room for the whole feet where I can put a little hole to attach it. Okay, so this is a pretty good size. I'm going to then flatten the front where the toes are going to go, so I'm just pinching it. And now I'm going to add the little talons. I'm going to cut out like a little triangle 2 times, and that gives me those little toes. If you want, you can curve them a little bit. Okay. You need 2 of them. And when you have 2 feet and your bird is done, you'll call me over to write your name on the inside, as well as I'm going to make those holes so we can attach them with a pipe cleaner later. Remember, these are going to sit out for 2 weeks before I fire them, and then we'll paint them after.